I feel like I should be starting this out by saying I was sitting with your energy for quite some time and all of these different messages came through, but the reality is I maybe sat with you for about 2 minutes and it just boom, 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 all came out very clearly and very directly. I feel as if though some of you are finishing a cycle that has been years in the making. There's something that is being realized, something that is being completed, something that is being achieved or, I guess, understood. And I specifically do feel like 6 years is a mark for a lot of you. Maybe it's 6 years ago, starting 6 years ago. Maybe some of you will be finishing a cycle in 6 years. And I was really asking, what is this journey about? And what came through is that this was a journey of the heart. And this feels kind of abstract, not gonna lie. Maybe we can pull some tarot and figure out what exactly this looks like. But what's funny is I actually do wonder if this is about a relationship for some of you, or just relationships in general. Maybe something is kind of coming full circle. Maybe you're even connecting with someone from the past, or you've been in a relationship for some time. I don't want to necessarily just say this as like, oh, your ex is coming back, you're getting back together, because honestly, those messages can be really predatory online. But it really does feel like you've been on a journey. And this hasn't been something that's been quick. This could also just be something about what's true to your heart, what speaks to your heart, what lights you up. I mean, this is your reading, this is your energy. And I'm trusting that this video has found you for a reason, and it is also a timeless reading. So just allow this to resonate as it finds you. I really do get the sense your journey is coming to an end. This odyssey, this quest. I want to say the word saga. There is a saga that's coming to an end. But it feels like a positive thing. It doesn't feel scary to me. And even as I say that, I feel my shoulders kind of dropping. I'm sort of relaxing. I feel like some of you have been really tense for a while. Maybe in the shoulders, in the neck. Maybe you're having pain in those areas. And a lot of the time, these areas actually are associated with the throat. So there could be something about speaking, expressing yourself, knowing what your own truth is. It could also be about guarding yourself, guarding your heart. And a lot of the time with shoulders especially, it is sort of like carrying weight, changing perspective with the neck. There's a lot of ways that this could really apply. But I am just being very called to look at the body and what the body might be telling you. So maybe even taking some time now to pause this, do a body scan. Where are you holding some tension? What are the messages that different parts of your body have to tell you? Because when we look at things on the energetic level, every organ system, every organ, every cell has a level of consciousness. It has information, it's energy. And it's communicating something back to us. And so listening to what the body is telling you feels very important as well. But I really do feel like you have been just on this tremendous, tremendous journey. And I'm so, so curious to see what the tarot has to say about all of this. I hope I haven't lost you. And I want to just start this off from a space of loving gratitude. I am so grateful to all of you who support this channel. You can make a one-time or monthly donation if you feel so called and have the means to do so. You can also book with me using the links in the description. But truly, I just appreciate any support you give this channel, whether it's through your likes, shares, comments, subscribes. Also, hype is really nice for small channels like this as well. If you see that button, definitely consider hitting that. And if you've been following around for some time and haven't done so, definitely consider hitting that bell notification so you can always stay up to date with what's in the cards for you. Wow. Alrighty. Lovers in reverse, Queen of Wands in reverse. I really get this energy or situation that there was a heartbreak of some kind, a relationship that ended, and it might have really hurt your sense of confidence, your self-esteem, your sense of identity. Some of you have just had a pattern of identifying yourself based on the relationships you're in or what other people think of you. But this is energy from the past. This is what you've been learning from. Some of you may have been in some kind of relationship with a fire sign, especially an Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo. That could be Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, whatever. But I really feel like something changed after this person. This person changed your life. There is a very clear before and after. And you changed. You changed. That's what's changed. This person changed you. This relationship changed you. And it does honestly feel like it's a romantic person for a lot of you, or someone who was an interest of some kind. But it could also be platonic as well. Regardless, you have been changed by something that was heartbreaking. It made you question your gifts, who you are. And you're seeing that more clearly now with the sun. I feel like a lot of you in this journey, in this odyssey, have thought several times that you've moved on from the past. There's almost like a cycle that you've been going through, and then something would come up and you'd realize, oh, I still have feelings about this situation or about this person. But you're seeing the light you've always had, even if you haven't always seen it with the sun. Just because it's nighttime, just because it's cloudy, it doesn't mean the sun isn't there. We just don't always see it. It's not always visible. And this feels like your own light, your own calling, your own heart, your own spirit. You are a vibrant, vibrant, beautiful soul. I just have to say this. I really feel like connecting to your heart is very important as well. And letting yourself risk vulnerability, risk failure, is what's necessary to connect to the things that really inspire you, or the relationships that really feel deeply connected. And there is something major that's changed. Your beliefs are different now with the Hierophant in reverse. You're going against tradition. You're doing things in an unconventional way. Some of you are also stepping away from dogma. Maybe there's like a religious or spiritual dogma with this person or situation from the past, whether that was directly from this person or from your upbringing, and you were kind of recreating that dynamic. Honestly, for some of you, you might be interested in a different kind of relationship than you thought you'd be interested in. Because sometimes the Hierophant does represent things like marriage. It also represents tradition, spiritual tradition, spiritual figures, teachers. But it's in reverse. You're going against those things a little bit with this Page of Wands. There's exploration. You're exploring new things that you once considered taboo. I feel like someone shamed you. Or you felt shame through somebody else. And you internalize that shame. That could be from childhood. That could be from a relationship in the past several years. Or many years even. And that's the thing that's living inside of you. And I want to say, if you have been kind of thinking about an old person from the past, a lot of the time, you're actually trying to reconnect with that version of you, a younger version of yourself. What were your hopes? What were your dreams? What were your wishes at that time? I feel like some of you are maybe reconnecting with a sense of optimism or idealism. That's something that we tend to get a little bruised as we age, isn't it? But there's a hope here. There's a renewal here. You're feeling younger to me. You're feeling like a younger version of yourself. You're reconnecting to that inner child. And the Ace of Cups comes in as well. This could represent a new relationship. There could be someone who makes you feel young. But honestly, this is really about you connecting to your own heart, feeling emotionally renewed, feeling feelings you haven't felt in a long time. Maybe you haven't allowed yourself to. Maybe certain situations or energies haven't presented themselves to you. This will just come into focus here. I love this deck, but it's very hard to see sometimes. There we go. And you're making your own way, your own door, is what I'm getting with the Page of Wands and the Hierophant in reverse. You doubted yourself. You didn't trust yourself anymore. You didn't believe in yourself, or you haven't been believing in yourself. Something is changing. Tell me more about this Ace of Cups, actually. What is this Ace of Cups? I do feel like for some of you, this is a new relationship. Just going to be honest. There could also be a blessing, something that's kind of been in your orbit for a while. With the Four of Cups, you're finally seeing the silver lining. You're seeing how something not working out worked out in your favor. I feel like there's an unexpected opportunity here as well. And maybe some of you are not allowing yourselves to see that because you're so focused on the past, what's gone wrong. Maybe that's even like a mantra. I see new possibilities. I see new opportunities. I see the opportunities that are presented to me. Things like that could be really helpful, actually, is what I'm getting. I'm learning to love myself. I do feel like there is a relationship that honestly maybe you didn't think was ever going to happen. You didn't think you'd ever meet someone like this again or hear from somebody again. I'm actually getting a really specific message where it's like someone is seeing a message that was sent a long time ago for the first time. Maybe it was an email, maybe it was a text. And it feels like this person who's just seeing this message now could be reaching out. And if it's you, maybe you're meant to reach out. Or maybe you're going through old messages, or someone's going through old messages. I'm also hearing photos, going through old photos, old pictures. That could be something that you've been doing. That could be something that you're doing, or someone else is doing. I feel like both of you are doing this at the same time. I'm also hearing you're not the same person anymore. You're more true to yourself now. You know yourself better now. I'm also feeling like there's something with Leo energy, whether that's Leo season. We do actually have Jupiter entering into the sign of Leo in August 2026, or July. Actually, it could be sooner than that. If someone wants to comment down below and tell us when Jupiter is entering Leo, that would be appreciated. But it feels like this cycle is really bringing something quite beautiful for you. Feels like it's about love. Romance could also be about creativity, something close to your heart. I'm literally hearing I can't stop thinking about you, and I don't know if that's you thinking that or the other person, another party. I'm going to be honest, I really do actually get a sense of like reaching out to people from the past. But it might be unexpected. I don't know if it's necessarily the person you're thinking of either. I'm going to just offer that as well. You know, don't connect to someone who was abusive to you or toxic. Use your discernment and judgment there. Something definitely needs to end with the death card. Something needed to be closed. Maybe some of you are even getting a sense of closure. And I want to say this kind of cautiously because I feel like closure has sort of become a buzzword. And it's like, sometimes the closure is that person didn't respond, or that person ignored you, or that person didn't treat you correctly. Like, that's the closure. You don't always need to hear something from the other person. That's just for a few of you, though. With death card, something changed. Something shifted. You changed. You're not the same person anymore. And to be honest, I'm actually even wondering about this other person. This other party. Maybe this is something someone is saying. I feel like some of you are also coming back to the beginning, going back to where you started, but you're in a totally different place. And I'm literally hearing that song, Back to the Beginning, or End of Beginnings. There's such a strong sense of nostalgia. It's honestly kind of weird I haven't seen the Six of Cups in this reading yet. What does all of this mean for you? What does all of this mean for you? We have the Six of Cups, or I'm sorry, Five of Cups in reverse. Healing, getting over a heartbreak. We do also have the Seven of Cups, or wow, Seven of Swords attached to this. So some of you are healing from a sense of betrayal. Someone doing something behind your back or being indirect. I feel like there's even been this game too where, like, for some of you, you're in this kind of situation where it's like you're waiting for the other person to reach out first, but they're waiting for you to reach out first. There's a lot of ego in that, if I can be honest. If you want to reach out, reach out. Like, why are you making your needs someone else's responsibility? Why are you putting your healing in their hands? If you need to say something, then say it. I know that pissed some of you off, I'm sorry. The Devil in reverse. Oh, yeah. I really get the sense of someone who was hurtful, who wasn't good. It was toxic. The energy was toxic. Do we trust this person? Do we trust this person? I almost feel like you're in a different place, though, now. And it's like, I get the sense that even if you reconnect with a person or situation from the past, you're not the same. And like, if they haven't changed either, you're really quickly just gonna know, like, oh, this isn't for me, actually. I don't want this. I've been romanticizing this person, this situation. But I do feel like there's the return of other things that does feel positive. Like, you're returning to yourself. That feels good. Some of you might even be visiting a hometown, a place you visited before. I'm getting that as well. Like, you're literally coming back to the beginning. You're going back to where something started. And that could be quite literal for some of you. And it's about you regaining some part of yourself that you lost or disconnected from. Maybe for some of you, this is about another person. I do have the Four of Wands for their energy. I do feel like there's been growth, there's been progress. I feel like they've leveled up in their own life a little bit as well. I don't know, guys. I really think you're going to need to use your discernment here. If there's someone who's coming back from the past, or you're reconnecting to somebody from the past, listen to your head and your heart. You know, listen to both. And listen to what your heart needs. And if you think that is something that this person could meet for you. Very, very interesting energy here. It's interesting. Like, what I actually sort of get is, like, there's, like, this mutual happiness for the other person. Like, I'm so happy you've accomplished this, you've reached this, you've done this thing. And for some of you, it's been something you've been working on for years, or they've been working on for years. Maybe you both had this sort of calling or project or career or whatever, this goal, this yearning, this calling. And it's finally happening. And that beyond that, I don't know, but I get like a mutual, like, I'm happy for you. I'm happy that you're finally happy, that you're in a better place. Wow. Some of you, honestly, it almost feels like addiction or like a shared struggle, like commiserating. Like, it feels like you were in a relationship or situation where you were able to connect with someone, but it didn't feel healthy or didn't support you ultimately. And it almost was like a shared struggle. The struggle is what you shared more than where you landed, what you've achieved, what you healed. And I feel like you both healed apart from each other, and where you go from there. Again, that's really going to be your discernment. I don't think I can tell you that in a YouTube reading, if I can be totally honest. Listen to your own heart. Listen to your own intuition. The High Priestess. I mean, this is the card that I've been saying. Trust your intuition. Trust your discernment. You've grown. You've changed. You've learned your own truth. Don't overthink things. Don't get stuck in your head. Don't second guess what your intuition is telling you. Don't get caught up in wishful thinking or fearful thinking. That's not the same thing as intuition, right? Find that calm, centered inner knowing. It's also going to help you move forward. I really feel like you met someone who honestly put you through a ringer. But I think at the end of this many years journey, 6-year journey, however long it's been, you're finally seeing the other side of it. And I think that's what this Four of Cups is about. You're finally seeing the blessing of having lived through what you lived through, or gone through what you've gone through. I feel like some of you are coming home with this Four of Wands as well. And again, that could be literal, that could be figurative, that could be spiritual. And I do feel like there is a relationship here. It doesn't necessarily have to even be with this person from the past either. Maybe both of you are in new relationships now, even. Yeah, I feel like if that's something that you've been manifesting with the Magician, this is something that's kind of coming to fruition now. Maybe you've even been in a new relationship and you occasionally still think about this old person. But you're powerful. And it feels like you're getting what you actually want out of a relationship. And sometimes that's different from who we think we want. That's a distinction too. And a lot of the time we're drawn to people who have traits that we are trying to embody for ourselves. Maybe skills or talents or personality traits, or tendencies even. If they put themselves first all the time, maybe you're trying to put yourself first. You're trying to take on that energy for yourself, right? That's very much the Lovers and the Queen of Wands that we began with here in reverse. Sort of defining yourself, trying to take on the energy of another person. But I really feel those are all the messages for you. So this was kind of a busy reading. My God, we're almost 30 minutes in here. I hope that this was helpful. I hope this was uplifting too, and gave you some things to think about. If you've made it all the way to the end here, definitely consider hitting that like and subscribe button, as well as that bell notification, so you can always stay up to date with what's in the cards for you. Again, all of my links are in the description for readings, energy healing session, donations, for those of you who feel so called. But truly, all the support you give this channel means more than you can possibly know, and I appreciate all the love, and I'm sending it back your way. Take care.